guys, welcome back. Please excuse the sliver of carpet you can see at the bottom and my crotch shot at the top of the frame. Unfortunately, this is as good as I can get it. Today, as you can see, we're going to be opening another Legion box. I don't actually know. I mean, I know what comes in the box, but I don't actually know what models, whether they're the same models that came in all of the individual boxes that I bought. Not all of, I bought a couple. As Warhammer does with monopose for starter sets. I'm wondering if that's what this is like too. Because if none of you have ever seen a Legion model on the sprue, they're actually quite complicated. I'll show you an example. That little fella, if he'll focus, maybe. Hello, there you are. So, he's like 6 pieces, 7, 8. So, let's open this up and find out. Try to avoid slicing myself on camera. And also, try to avoid making this too loud. There's nothing worse than loud plastic in what's supposed to be a relaxing, quiet video. I think the art on this is surprisingly fun. Legion art is okay in general. I think it may have something to do with the skill maybe of the artist that they hire. I doubt it. Probably more likely the style, but I think probably even more likely than that is that right there, and their desire to keep a specific image of what Star Wars looks like. And I suspect that Warhammer style, kind of wacky 80s art would not fly. So this is the back of the box. And I'm going to go ahead and read the little blurb that they give us. There is unrest in the Galactic Senate. The Separatist Alliance poses a threat to peace in the galaxy, wielding a massive droid army with overwhelming numbers. Standing against them are the clone troopers of the Galactic Republic, who are trained as soldiers from their conception and deeply loyal to their cause. The war between them is an epic struggle in which every battle could turn the tide and change the fate of the galaxy. So let's go ahead and open her up, shall we? It's a tall box. Okay. So we I have not actually ever seen this version of the manual. I've only ever seen the version that comes with the other starter set. So I'm assuming that it introduces ion tokens, and probably poison too, but I don't see a poison token on here anywhere. I'm not actually sure what they look like. I think these are shield tokens. Okay. Well, let's open this up and just rifle through it really quick. We have some fun dioramas. Now this is something that I think that they do. Yeah, that's an okay diorama. They're getting there. They're not as dynamic as Games Workshop is able to make their dioramas. So okay. So here's how they assemble. Hopefully the sound of my fingers across this paper isn't too annoying. Do you see? You see how many components those little droid guys are? Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, that answers my question. Not monobows. Which is good. That's what I was hoping for. I've been assembling models for long enough that monobows doesn't really save me all that much time. Plus, I enjoy assembling the models, so I don't really care to save that time. Okay, so the bike is the full, I guess the bark speeder, excuse me. The bark speeder is the full thing, which is sick. That's awesome. I was hoping for that. So that means that I can assemble 2 different kinds of bikes. I just need to decide if I want both to have sidecars and just different weapons, or if I want one to not have a sidecar. I'm not going to invest enough money in this to ever want to play WYSIWYG, so I'm not worried about that. I just want some visual difference. Okay. Pre-measuring, and I believe that pretty much all of this is going to change pretty soon if it hasn't already, because giant mass, whatever the fuck the atomic mass, the new custodians of this game, I don't know, I've never understood the deal with this game or X-Wing or any of Fantasy Flight's games, really. It seems like they don't hang on to them for very long, or they farm them out or something. It's really cute that they use models from this starter set instead of just the same old images. Like those are droidicas there. You can't really see that, but those are droidicas and those are clones. So that's fun. I like that. Okay, we have some terrain and cover rules, line of sight maybe, unit keywords, barricades. Of course, this set comes with, I believe, 6 barricades, which is kind of cool that the starter set comes with terrain in a game that's fairly important to take cover. It's good to have cover when you're learning. Okay, suppression, clones and droids. Okay, cool. So they talk about, this is upside down for me, so I can't actually read this. Okay, no, this just appears. Oh yeah, okay, so it gives you a little lore rundown, and then it gives you some gameplay tips. So let me just show you that. Maybe I can do it. Oh boy, you can just kind of see it. I need to get a new camera. This This 1080 webcam is just not cutting it because it will only actually record at 720, and as you can tell, the color is dog shit. Oops, I set this down the wrong way. Okay, so they have some tips for army building. They talk about what upgrades you can have. They talk about deployments, battle decks, then they have an actual example deployment. Oh, good. Tips for how to assemble. I'm really glad that they put those in there. It's not much. It really should be more. But at least they tell you how to paint the droids, so, you know. Although they don't give you colors, which I guess because they don't produce any paints of their own, they won't. But that seems like a missed opportunity to actually instruct people what paints they'll need. I know, if this was how I got into the hobby, I would definitely want something like that. Okay, so here's our sheet of tokens and whatever this is. I don't know what that is. It's the same on both sides. I'm not sure what that is. And there's my, turn counter, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bases, bases, bases. Ooh. Bases. Oh, we have our barricades. We have our barricades. Okay, we have 8 barricades. Let me open this up. So there we have it. 1 barricade. And I can't say this for certain, but I guess this one is actually, like, molded. This one in particular does seem to be molded. I'm trying to remember which part I was looking at that I thought it looked like it had been 3D printed with an incredibly fine filament. But it might just be the way that their plastic dies work. And this, I disagree with this decision. I opened up my AAT tank, and all the components were bagged like this. I mean, still on the sprues, but you look into a box that, wasn't plastic wrapped, and you see that it's full of Ziploc bags. They're not branded or anything, so it looks an awful lot like you've accidentally bought an opened box that somebody bought and returned because they didn't build it. So this sucks. This is a bad decision. At least there needs to be, like, something to indicate that this is supposed to be in here, right? That this isn't just, like, a pawn shop bagged up all the parts. This appears to be our heroes and special characters, though. I'm curious if these have sprue points on them, places where you can see where they were on the sprue. And I'm not going to be able to show this to you even if I wanted to. My camera's just not good enough, but it doesn't actually look like components like this. So I'm assuming the bagged components are sprue injected, whatever the term is. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're manufactured, or if they are, they're finished. They're removed from the sprue and then finished before they get bagged like this. Assuming, of course, that this is not a rogue employee behaving very strangely. Excuse me. So these are movement sticks. I think this is a great system. This is a great movement system. It obviously could be better. I mean, more articulation points would be nice, but that's a more complicated product and might not necessarily actually make the game any better. So, this is pretty great. I think it's especially cool in light of the fact that the larger the vehicle bases have slots for the movement, since they have rules about since they have rules governing their movement that are different from infantry, so that's really cool. That would be our range ruler. That's another system that I think is good. It's good to simplify that. It's good to not have to deal with ranges that are communicated in inches or centimeters or anything like that. It's much better to have a set of ranges, and within which there's no question about whether or not you're in range. I think that's great. It speeds up play quite a lot, and it allows for more, I guess, there's just more opportunity to sort of, like, take whatever little advantage you can get. Okay, we do have sprues in this box, of course, and that right there on the top is General Grievous. Okay, let's try to get him out. There he is. Where's his head? I wanted to find his head. I see his torso. I see his ears. I don't see his face. There is his face. There is his face. Right there. Again, camera's probably not going to focus, but that's cool. That's great. I love that. Alrighty, let's get some Droidicows out. Oh, and I guess these are Droidica arms. So those are Droidica arms. You know you want to focus. Come on. Be good. And then these are the Droidica body. And apparently their body is just like a sphere, which is cute. I didn't know that. Here's more. Just get those out of the way. Some B1 battle droids. More B1s. And 3 more B1 sprues. Even more, and more, and more B1 sprues. So, it would appear that the droids are on sprues, and the Republic are not. That's baffling to me. I don't understand what the thought process behind that was. I assume there's a logistical reason. There has to be a logistical reason, otherwise but that's sort of an interesting insight into their production methods. And I wonder what it actually means. Since I get the distinct impression that Legion is on a shoestring budget, even though I don't think it is. I think it's a relatively popular game compared to others. But maybe it's just because it's Fantasy Flight, and I always get that impression from them. It's probably because they keep starting new games, and when your game is new and you don't have a whole depth of models to base a game off of, like Warhammer does, things can feel kind of empty. So yeah, these are individually bagged clones. I wonder if this is how they're grown. Just a pile of components, and then the whatever they're called, was it Geonosians? What is their planet called? Oh my god. It's like something in Seattle, I think. There's like a street name that's similar. Oh my god. That's bad. That's what it is. Kaminoans. Kamino Island. That's where I was going with that. This is, the Kaminoans come in and they assemble the clones. They like stick the joints together, and then their muscle and tendon grow over the joint. That's why I use the plastic glue, is like their flesh fusing together. This is weird. It seems unlikely that I have an entire bike in here, right? It seems odd, but I think I do, which is pretty crazy. Anyways, that was just me trying to get back into making videos again. My inconsistency has been really bothering me, and I'm sorry that my upload schedule has been as erratic as it has been. I'm really hoping to seriously get started again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you maybe learned something about Legion, maybe got interested in it. I don't think I'm ever gonna take an army to a game store or anything and like actually play other people. I'll probably just play my friends every now and then. But people in the hobby means more demand for new models, which new models we like. We like new models. Especially when their release schedule is like a model a year. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.